stepping forward here. Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2020-3298 that is joining us via WebEx, you can use the raised hand feature and Heidi will unmute your line. Again, any member of the public joining us on WebEx that would like to speak on public ordinance number 2020-3298. Seeing no member of the public, Heidi, if we want to ask our call-in user.
Call-in user, would you like to make a comment?
Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. Next ordinance for public hearing, we have 2020-3299, an ordinance authorizing enforcement of traffic regulations and parking restrictions upon the private or semi-public roadways known as Graves Court.
Any member of the public here present at Town Hall wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2020-3299, an ordinance authorizing the enforcement of traffic regulations and parking restrictions upon the private or semi-private roadways known as Graves Court. Seeing no members of the public stepping forward here, any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2020-3299 joining us via WebEx, again, you can use the raised hand feature. How do you want to check the call-in user?
Would the call-in user like to make a comment?
All right, seeing no member of the public stepping forward, I move to close public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading, the second reading, final. At this time, we have a consent agenda, which would include resolutions 20-199 through 20-204, including bingo and raffle applications.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent. At this time, we have the Township Committee acting as the ABC issuing authority. We have a resolution 20-205, resolution authorizing the renewal of liquor licenses for the 2020-2021 licensing term.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolution 20-205. This time we have Township Committee comments.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A few comments this evening. Number one, I'm happy that we'll be back here at least as a hybrid meeting. We have the general public here safely, and we do have a public on WebEx as well. So, Mayor, I want to commend you for doing that. It's been since mid-March that we've not had the public here at the meeting, but it's great to be back and see the public back here as well. It's given me the ability to do that, and we can continue to have meetings safely. And in Maureen, we have dots on the chairs now, right, every 6 feet on center or so. We can continue this and extend it to all of our WebEx community. Also, thank you for that. Number one. Number two, I want to thank you and the 9/11 committee for leading a fantastic 9/11 event. Middletown does not forget, and we will not forget, and we will do that regardless of any pandemic or anything else that's going on. We will continue to do our 9/11 remembrance ceremony, such that Middletown will not forget. Thank you for your help. Leadership with regard to the 9/11 committee, as well as Deputy Mayor Fiore. Last item is, Mayor, I want to congratulate you on getting to the inside of New Jersey top 100 millennials. That's number 8, I believe. So we want to know why weren't you at number 1?
I'll defer to the new Associate Justice, and I congratulate her. I'll defer to her to the number 1 spot for that one.
think I can speak for the entire township committee that we're proud to have you as our mayor, and congratulations for making that list. Once again, puts Middletown on the map as having one of the best leaders in the state of New Jersey. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Committeewoman Snell.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. The Middletown Arts Center had an outdoor event on the 13th in the afternoon. It was a music cafe outdoors at Forestry Park, and it was a delightful afternoon. So if anybody sees that come about again, make it a point to go. It was a lot of fun. I would like to urge everyone to support the open space referendum on the ballot November 3rd. It's really important that we protect open space for future generations. So that's really important to me, and I think important to everyone with kids and even the elderly, so they have a chance to walk around a park. So let's see, what else do I have? Now, again, gathering it for the 9/11 memorial. It was a beautiful evening. And what we're doing now is we're starting to plan for the 20th anniversary. So I wanted to let everyone know that we plan on erecting a fountain called the Rise of Hope. And we're also looking at erecting a first responder memorial at the gardens. So for those wishing to donate, they can go to paypal.com, go to middletownwtc@gmail.com, or you can also contribute by check made out to the WTC Memorial Gardens Fund in care of the mayor's office. So we're having meetings pretty much once a month or sometimes more than that, and things are moving along nicely, and it's really going to be beautiful for the 20th anniversary. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Committeeman Hybel.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to echo their comments. Thank you. I did miss one amazing day on Saturday when, Mr. Jim Davis from Royal Construction, hats off to you. About 30 to 40 volunteers came out and cleaned Angel Corrado and his wife Iris's property, the outside of the property. Just an amazing time. My son came and there, and everyone helped out. It was a good time. So thank you, Jim. Thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few quick things. First, I echo the sentiment of my colleagues regarding the 9/11 ceremony. Thank you for your leadership in making sure that that took place. I also urge, all of the residents of Middletown as we embark on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and all of those here in Middletown that we lost, all of our community members, as well as those that we honor throughout the whole country, to support the endeavor of the 20th anniversary commemorative, I guess it's fountain, Pat, that you're working on for the first responders and for those memorial gardens. For those who haven't been to the memorial gardens, I would really urge you to visit. I believe there's no better tribute outside of the World Trade Center in New York City to visit and pay your respects. A few more things this evening. First, school is back, and that's a great thing. So at least in some fashion. So while I'm glad to be back here and seeing some of the members of the public socially distanced here this evening, I know that the schools have returned here in Middletown for hybrid learning. I look forward to more instruction for my children. I know many Middletown parents share that sentiment. So far in the first week has been so good. One little minor incident, I suspect, of course, always at my kid's school, but so it goes. It's the largest school in the township, for those who don't know, but for the elementaries. But it clearly wasn't the students, so thankful for that. So glad to see the students are back, thanks to the staff who've made it back, and hopefully we can get through this over the next couple of weeks and increase instruction. One last thing, Committeewoman Snell mentioned her support of the open space initiative, and I echo that support for many reasons. This is my 12th and final year for this consecutive term on the Township Committee, and I can tell you in 12 years I have not been able to purchase one plot of open space. That is because the committee members of the past did a great job of trying to acquire as much open space from overdevelopment as possible. Mayor, you have the statistic, how many thousands of acres have been preserved? Was that
6,000.
6,000 acres have been preserved. But it's a finite amount of resource, and one that was passed by the general public in the late 90s. A couple of issues with Trenton and Green Acres that Mr. Mercatante and I have tried to clear up, and cleared up a good majority of that money that was owed to the township. But look, this township, I know everyone gets upset with developments, no one more than me, like Taylor Lane or Mountain Hill or whatever you call these, these larger scale developments. But without this open space trust fund, we'd have tenfold development over the last 20 years or 25 years. So I do urge everyone to support that. I do believe the fund needs more resources because, it was those resources that were kind of front run to buy 6,000 acres of open space and keep Middletown and its quality. And I think it's had a big effect on both the town's population, keeping it stable for 20 years, as well as our quality of life. So, Mayor, thank you for putting that initiative on the ballot, the mail-in ballot, which I do oppose per the resolution tonight. I think we should all be voting in public, but use that mail-in ballot and vote for the open space. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a quick thing on just a quick comment on the open space initiative. The one thing that I really am proud of this year that we did very early on was when we purchased 85 Hubbard, and we took
So one parcel of open space.
one parcel.
Sorry.
So we were able to purchase a developed piece of property, which was close to a county park, that we are able to take and turn into an open plot of land. And that is possible through the Open Space Initiative. And I'm very proud to have gotten the support of this entire committee that unanimously put this on the ballot to provide the residents and the voters of this town the ability to decide for themselves. Every year you have the opportunity to vote for leaders that sit up on this dais and make decisions. This year, that decision is up to you. In 1998, you passed it with 68% of the vote. In 2002, you raised that tax another penny by 65% of the vote. It has now been 18 years later, and that trust fund continues to be able to provide us a steady revenue stream to not only preserve open space, it gives us the ability to preserve our historic farmland. It gives us the ability to revitalize and enhance our beaches. And it gives us the ability to make the necessary upgrades to our recreational facilities. That is why this is important. That is why I urge you to vote yes. I know the 5 of us up here will be voting yes, because we believe in Middletown. We believe in what we all share here today. And I know it's easy, because I've seen it and I've heard it. Well, what about Village 35? And what about Taylor Lane? And I understand the frustration. Every damn day I pass by Taylor Lane. And if you don't think I get irritated, I do. But at the same time, I can't get wrapped up and I can't get disheveled and put out of place because of something that has been in the works for 20 years. Something that has been going through the process for 20 years. Lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. But what I can do, and what all of us up here have done, is taken the necessary step to add to the 6,000 acres of land that we currently have. We have the opportunity, all of us, the 57,071 voters that live here in Middletown, all have the ability to vote yes, whether it's on mail-in ballot, provisional ballot, whatever ballot. I respectfully ask that you vote yes, because future generations of Middletown should be able to enjoy what we enjoy today. That's what's important. And that's what all of us up here unanimously ask you to support. So I hope on November 3rd or on any other day before that, you'll vote yes for open space and help preserve Middletown for future generations. We passed a resolution today. It was resolution 20-204, which made Middletown a stigma-free community. And I want to give a special shout out to my friend, our friend, Nikki Tierney. 1 year ago, I wrote to Governor Phil Murphy asking him to consider executive clemency for Nikki Tierney, a lifelong Middletown resident, a star athlete, and somebody who lost her way. Somebody that has helped open my eyes, help open the deputy mayor's eyes into the world of addiction. Because it's easy for all of us to sit here and pretend like we know what that world is like, but we don't unless you've been through it. And Nikki's been through it. And as a lawyer, she may have lost her way. But today, she has now graduated from Monmouth University in not only social work, but drug counseling, and is asking to help those going through it now. There's no one better to be able to provide guidance and help and support and words of wisdom than somebody who's been dragged through it. Somebody who found themselves at the bottom of the barrel. Somebody who embarrassed themselves. And Nikki will say it all day long. I embarrassed myself. But you know what? Nikki is out there every single day talking about how her recovery and what she can do for the people. So I'm asking every resident that believes in second chances, that believes in Nikki, because I believe in Nikki. I'm asking you to call 609-292-6000 and tell Governor Phil Murphy to provide executive clemency to Nikki Tierney. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. We've all made errors in our lives. Nikki has done and made those herself. But you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance. Nikki deserves that second chance. Her children deserve that second chance. So please, I've spoken with the governor. I've expressed my sincere appreciation to him if he would extend executive clemency to her so that she can help people, not just in Middletown, but across Monmouth County and across the state of New Jersey, in helping them get out of the darkness and see that light. Because Nikki Tierney will bring that light. With that being said, I'll open it up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment, I will start here at Town Hall, and then I'll move over to the WebEx. We just ask that you state your name and address for the record. We ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will let you know that you have 1 minute left. Anybody on the WebEx, if you'd like to make a comment, we will continue to use the raised hand feature, and anyone that has called in at that point, once we have gone through everybody on the WebEx, we will unmute your line if you would like to make a public comment. So any member of the public here at Town Hall wishing to make a public statement? Yes, sir, come on down. Microphone right here. Just again, state your name and address for the record, sir.
My name is George Caleri. I live at 14 Michelle Drive, Middleton. There's been several posts on the patch about the intersection of Cherry Tree Farm, and you touched on it and we spoke. It's just so hard to fathom how wrong it is. Like I said, we spoke, and it's just not one bad thing. It's so many bad things over there. And as of our conversation, you told me that it's the state thing, and I understand that, but I'm hoping that the county, the township, will let them know. And you said there was studies, I know, but you only have to stay there an hour to realize how bad it is. Between the accidents, the almost accidents, the confusion. And like I said, I'm not the only one who's been stuff on the patch you know, time to time.
Mhm.
Anybody, I don't know if you guys need it, if you want to keep.
Sure.
taking a look, or,
I'm going to let Mr. Mercantante speak, but the one thing that as you and I discussed, obviously being on a state highway and also being at the intersection of state highway and a county road, the municipality, and this is the one thing I hate doing is seeming like I'm pushing this off to the freeholders or the state. But as you know, and you and I discussed, I brought this up to Senator O'Scanlan to discuss it with the Department of Transportation. They are the ones that that set the guidelines and the standards for jug handles. I'll let Mr. Mercantante speak to it if he'd like.
Yeah, actually, I spoke to the police department last week, and we're scheduling a web conference this week with the DOT and our engineer and the police traffic division, talk about the intersection and what needs to be done to make people feel better about it. So that should happen Monday this week.
okay, so like I said, I mean, as a city here now, and I know the pandemic, and there's not many people, but like I said, the posts were there, just the people I've, talked to. And I don't know what the feedback, if you guys have been getting any feedback.
Well,
besides me.
it's been almost all negative, so that's why we're talking to the DOT about it.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, very well.
Sir, and we'll follow up with you, okay? Maureen, can you get his contact information, please? Okay, any other member of the public wishing to make a public statement? Abe? No, you good? Heidi, we will now move over to our web, and anyone joining us via WebEx. Again, if you'd like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand feature, and that will display for Heidi, who will then unmute your line. So any member of the public joining us via WebEx that would like to make a public comment, please, again, use the raise hand feature.
No comments.
No calling, we lost our call. All right, I'll give it one more chance. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment that is joining us via WebEx, please use the raised hand feature. Seeing no member of the public stepping forward to make a public comment, I move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeeman Tyrell.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeeman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.